And we're live here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. We have another exciting interview. I have Saras here, and Saras and I have been trying to put this interview together for a long time now, and I'm so excited we finally get to do it. I met her, I don't know, probably in like April, March or April,
Hmm.
and we've been friends. We met through Bump, and I'm really excited for her to talk about her journey. She just
Yeah.
started her Facebook group, and yeah, I'm excited to hear all about it. So thanks for being here, Sarah.
Oh, thank you, Derek. This is long overdue, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me. And, I just love uh, talking to people and, especially now when most of us are alone. So, yeah, this is so much fun. So I can't wait to chat with you today.
Yeah. So why don't you share with the group a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Well, my name is Saras Naidoo. I live in Calgary, Canada. Calgary, Alberta, Canada, on the West Coast. And I'm a retired. You want me to talk a little bit about my little background story?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I I'm a retired high school teacher. I took early retirement because I was going through my breast cancer journey, and I was also a caregiver for my husband, who was going through kidney cancer at the same time. And through all of that process that we went through, Jeff, my husband, was given 4 months to live. And it's a good story, though. So, yeah, he was given 4 months to live, and there were no symptoms or anything. And we didn't know what to do because, we lived a good lifestyle. We exercised, we ate well. Um, I did my own cooking, I did my own gardening, I did everything from scratch. But still, there was underlying stress, which I found out later that caused my breast cancer because I was taking care of everything at the time. And you know how you get the small bumps along the way and you don't pay attention? That's happened to me, and then I got the big one. And so when Jeff was diagnosed, and we were in that doctor's office, I remember, and the doctor told him that, and we were in shock. We couldn't, respond in any way because we were in total shock. We didn't expect that. And my courage just somehow came through. And I looked at him and I said, if you are breathing, you can help yourself. And we'll do everything in our power to help. And that's when my journey started. I went, became a Reiki master, got into shamanism, became a hypnotherapist, and I delved more and more into the nutrition. And that's where my spices came in. I mean, coming from an Ayurvedic background, that was our, way of life. We lived the Ayurvedic way. So then I researched more about the healing spices and I added that to our diet. So together with the medical system and what we were doing on our own, Jeff thrived. He didn't just survive, he thrived for 9 years. So when anyone tells you that cancer is a death sentence, don't believe them. You are the CEO of your own health. You take charge. And don't let anybody tell you what to do. You tell them, this is what I want, and make sure you get it. So that's what I like to leave everyone with after all my journey. And it's been 13 years, since I went through my journey. And because of that, I took early retirement and became because when I was going through my journey, I was looking for a cancer coach and I couldn't find one. And through my journey, through my meditations, I was intuitively told that I had to become that person. So that's what I did. I had to help others through that journey. So today I am a quantum holistic guide, a spiritual medium, and a transformational coach. I started my quantum healing circle for women, and I help women, especially cancer survivors, reclaim their inner power, their peace, their vitality through intuitive guidance and energy healing and holistic practices. So, I also became a master gardener in that process, and I'm a very passionate advocate for Ayurvedic healing. And I created my own blend of healing spices that's designed to support the body's natural restoration. It's my mother's original recipe, but I added my own, my own energy to it, I'll say.
Right.
Yeah. So that's in a nutshell, that's my journey.
That's a wild journey. I didn't know that you and Jeff were had cancer or diagnosed at the same time or
Well,
around the
two
same
years
time.
later, I
2 years
was two
later.
years later. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was teaching at the time, high school. So
Yeah.
it was quite trying. But once it was good enough, um, we traveled the world. We went to Malta. We saw our son get married. We took a 11,000-kilometer journey across Canada and the States for 3 months and just loved life, lived life to the fullest, not sitting and worrying about whether the cancer is going to come back or no, none of that. You live life to the fullest. You think about living, not about when you're going to leave.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a story. They say when I don't ride a motorcycle, but I hear like when you ride a motorcycle, they say always look to where you want to go. Because
Yes.
if you turn your head,
Hmm.
a motorcycle is going to veer to the side or wherever you're turning. So you should always
Right.
look ahead, look where you want to go. So it's the same thing kind of in life, right? You just look to
Yes.
where you want to go.
Yes. Yeah.
So, wow, it's such an amazing journey. Do you think, I mean, you said there were so many different things that you did, like different healing modalities. What was
Mhm.
like the biggest turning point for you, or what was the major
Um,
influence for you?
yeah, since I was doing everything right, what I found, when I started going inward, that I was not giving to myself. I was giving to everyone else. And it's a common problem that we all have, especially women, I think, because seem to have a different DNA or something because we always are nurturing, taking care of family, kids, and that. And we don't give enough to ourselves. In fact, we give nothing. And you cannot give from an empty cup. You know, uh, I don't think it's. It's bad to give to yourself first. I don't think that at all now. I did when I was younger. So now I am very mindful about filling myself up first. And then I have no problem saying no. If I can't do something, at one time I was a people pleaser, not anymore, because when you do that, the soul within you is screaming out, what about me, what about me, you know
Yeah.
so I fill my own cup first, and then I do help a lot, I do give a lot, but my cup is overflowing right now, so I'm able to do that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So, and now you primarily help women that are going through cancer, or what are your typical clients like?
Well, that's what I started with when I had my Facebook group. It was called um, can what was it? I even forgot already because I changed it. It was Cancer Freedom Sisterhood. And I focused just on the disease, on the cancer. And after so many years, um, I realized, why am I focusing on the cancer? I've come so much further now. That's not who I am. I am so much more than that. So then I rebranded, and now it's quantum because that's what I do. I'm a quantum healer and I use quantum energy, right? So now the name is Quantum Healing. No, see, I'm forgetting. Oh, Quantum Healing Circle for Women. I'm getting excited, Derek.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about my new group. Yeah, and you know what? There were so many men that wanted to join, and I led them. I thought, at the end of it, we are all energy, right? I'm not going to say no to them. So even though it's a women's circle, I do have more women in there, but men are also welcome to join
Oh,
because I think when we work together collaboratively, then we all succeed. So,
yeah. And this
yeah.
group has been growing really quickly.
Yes, very quickly. I think people are attracted to, well, this is our future, and you're doing the same thing. You're doing a, similar thing because I think people are so ready for what we are offering right now. They're tired of the old systems and being a slave practically to everything, right?
Right.
We have to get out of that mindset and take care of ourselves the way we want to and the way we know how.
Yes.
So you and I and so many other people are on this journey now of transformation and helping one another up those stairs so we all heal and rise together and
Yeah.
awaken. That's my motto in my Facebook group. So,
I love it.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So, and let's talk about the spices because I hear they're so good. Let's,
Yes. Uh, you know, the thing is, I don't like bringing this up, but I have to.
uh-huh.
Uh, People are so used to looking for a pill for anything that goes on. Sometimes it's just a lack of water that
Yeah.
causes a headache, but they'll reach for a tablet before they drink a glass of water. And I found that with the pharmaceutical companies, I won't say this too loudly, but they use the same spices to make their drugs. So why don't you have it in its pure form? You
Yeah.
know, by the healing spices, having it in its pure form. And I teach about what all the spices do. There's hot spices, there's mild spices, the functions of each of them, and then the blend I came up with, I combine about 22 different ones. And that blend is good for everything across the board. I put it in everything. I even sprinkle it in my salad. And if you want to say enhance a dish a little bit more, then you can maybe add in another spice, if you want a different taste on it. But that's your basic spice. So instead of having 20 to 30 spice jars in your drawer, you have one that takes up that much room. And people are loving it. I mean, we grew up with this. I was born and raised in South Africa, and we couldn't, our forefathers that came from India couldn't have all the spices that they wanted. So what they did was they started blending them together to preserve them and use it, and that's how this blend started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like three generations ago in South Africa. So the South African way of Indian cooking is a little bit different.
I see.
It's a little bit different. Yeah. So that's what we are used to. I haven't been to India yet. I'm waiting to go. And I can't wait to just go and bask in all these spices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and these spices are so healing for the body. And you use different ones. I mean, if you think, because yesterday I was asked a question, well, what is Ayurveda? Like, what do you mean? There's so much to it, and there's a lot of information on, uh, YouTube or anywhere, but the basics are each one of us are in three different categories of body types. And then you use the spices and the foods that enhance that body type.
Hmm.
And, I mean, that's a basic, the very basic stuff. You don't have to know the whole history to learn how to eat a proper diet and a proper meal. So,
Hmm.
yeah. And I mean, it's a very healthy way of eating. Like, I have so much of energy. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself,
Mm.
so I'm outside and yeah, I'm always doing stuff because I have that much energy. I have to use it up.
Yeah, yeah. Every time I talk to you, you're always full of energy. I love
Yeah.
it. Love it. So let's
Uh,
get back to the healing a little bit. If I
okay.
was wondering if someone is diagnosed with a cancer and maybe they're given a timeline or something, what do you think the first step they should take is? What would you do next?
When someone comes to me, the first thing that I do with them is just listen. I
Right,
just listen to their story because everyone has a story. And I just listen and just let them be heard. And then the next thing I do is see where they are on that emotional scale, you know, uh, because the emotional scale runs from your low emotions of fear and, like all the fear and anxiety and all those ones, and then goes all the way up to the love and joy and all that. So I have to find out what their EQ is, the emotional quotient,
yeah,
and I see where they are on that scale, and that's where I start working with them. But the first thing, even before that, is to help them get over their fear. Because if they're in fear, you can't work with them.
right.
So there's different ways I do that. I take them through a Reiki practice. I use a little bit of shamanism, healing, and hypnotherapy. So I combine all those modalities and then work with them until they in a place where they are ready to work like a person without fear. And then I go and see what their needs are. And, even if a person is at an end stage of any disease, doesn't just have to be cancer, that person can have a, you know, a life that's still valuable. A good, by doing the work, you don't have to discard them. They can still have the quality of life during that transition as well. Yeah, so you don't just discard them. I mean, I went through that with my own husband, right? He wanted to be in his own bed at home, and he got that wish surrounded by his kids and myself, and we watched him go through that process. It was a very, very spiritual experience, and I went with him part of the way. That's a whole other story. Yeah, I went like two peas in a pod. We were together for 50 years and we could read each other like a book. We didn't need words. I don't know if it was telepathy or what, but we just knew each other's thoughts and that was our relationship. I mean, like any marriage, we went through our usual ups and downs and that, but when it came to that soul level of love, it was there. And that's what we had.
That-
And I know all about that transition period. So anyone that's going through that, give them that time, give them that, that time to transition and the care that they need, even if you know that they are going, because that's what helps them through that transition without pain. Because when the organs are shutting down, even if they don't show it to you, they are going through a painful process. It's like when you birth a baby. Well, you wouldn't know that, but when you when you birth the baby, the woman goes through these pains. But then when you're birthing into spirit, it's also a birthing process. And you go through those pains, right? So we have to help them through that. And I know people will say, well, we don't know about that. We didn't know about that. Now you do. The ones that are listening, now you do. All you have to do is sit there and hold their hand and talk to them like you would be talking to any other person. They hear everything. Because every time we said something, Jeff would squeeze our hands. And he knew, like, my daughter had to go to the kitchen for something. And he said, well, where's Samantha? You know, he knew she wasn't there. it's amazing how all their senses come just before they transition. So please give them that time. I know I went a little bit further than I wanted to, but I think it's so helpful for people to know that.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. You're
Is
welcome.
there, you've shared a lot today. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we didn't get to?
Yes, I'd like to talk about everyone having their inner power. And we have lost that along the way. And please go within through meditation. You don't have to meditate for long. To me, meditation is doing something you love to do. You don't have to sit on a mat for an hour. Take that off your mind. That's important too. But don't put it off. Do something you like and find that inner joy and that inner power and bring it forward and stay on that high vibration. The more you do that, the more you transform not just yourself, but the entire world. Everybody around you feels that energy. So that's what I want to leave you with.
Wow, that's beautiful. So beautiful. And before we go, let's plug your Facebook group again so everybody
Okay.
knows.
Yeah, I
Go
will.
ahead.
Well, my Facebook group is called Quantum Healing Circle for Women. Like I said, I may have to take those last two words out down the road, but for now, that's what it is. And men are welcome to join as well. And I'll put a link, in the comments later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, we really appreciate you doing this, Saras. Yeah, if you are listening and you resonate with Saras and you want to join her group, definitely join her group. She's going to put the link in the comments. And if you have questions about her healing or her spices or anything else, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer any of
Yeah.
those questions.
And
So,
one more thing I just want to add, Derek.
yeah,
I just started what we call a chai chat. It's a 90-day inspirational guide. So for 90 days, I'm going to be posting a little nugget on inspiration every single day while I have my chai. So that's why I called it chai chat. And I'm on day 2. So if you want to join and be part of that, it's my gift for reaching 1,000 members. So you're welcome to join us for that.
awesome. I'm excited. I'm gonna
Yeah.
definitely catch up on those two
Yes.
and then follow along with you. So
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
again, Saras, for doing this. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. And if you like what we're doing here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive, then just come and interview and we'll spotlight you and share your gifts. Or if you're struggling, we'll help
Thank,
you and give you the support you need.
yeah.
So
Thanks,
thanks again,
Derek.
everyone, and we'll see you at the next one.